How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video of F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. And as you can see here, no problem with deleted video or lost hard drives. So hopefully we stay on track with that and we don't have another issue leading to me losing a video. But yeah, here we are in Austria. Another track I'm really comfortable in, and I'm sure we'll definitely get points here. But what I'm really looking to do is to get out of Q1 for the first time, and part of our chassis didn't get developed, which is very upsetting. As I don't remember the corners, but I know it's where Checo got in trouble a lot for bumping into Lando. The car will definitely feel heavy around those corners. But yeah, hopefully we can get out of Q1. I do believe we possibly can, and I'm sure we'll definitely get points. But enough said, let's hop right into qualifying. Alrighty, after some practicing, I'm definitely sure we'll be able to get out of Q1. But yeah, luckily we don't have to worry about rain in this track, and we haven't actually been able to experience a rainy Grand Prix here in this career. But yeah, very confident that we'll get out of Q1, and very confident we will get points, as the car does have very good race pace. As yeah, here we lock up a little bit, but no problem. But yeah, coming down here is where the car feels a bit heavy, as we go a little bit wide here, and we don't really want to touch that corner when doing this lap. But here is where I'm talking about, where very heavy, as the car really hard to turn, and I feel you have to brake a lot, and brake a lot more out of my comfort zone than when I'm trying it on time trial, or maybe just in solo. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have to work on the chassis and aero a lot before we can be competing for podiums and stuff like that. But 1.1 seconds off of Pierre, not good, as we attempt another lap, but we go wide coming into turn 1, and we lose quite a bit of time, as we were up almost 0.2 of a second. But here I feel we could get a lot better exit, as you can see here, already shoot up to nearly 0.3 of a second faster than our first time, as Valtteri Bottas sets the fastest time of a 1 minute 3 second, I think I saw. But here we go wide, completely ruins the lap as we go for another one, and hopefully we can get out of Q1. But right now, it looks like we might get out of Q1, although I'm sure there's definitely probably some cars that still need to set a faster lap. But if we're able to stay here with the time we got, and we know that we can get a faster time, especially coming around here as we gain a lot of time out of this exit, I'm sure we will get out of Q1. And I don't know if we'll be able to get into Q3. That's definitely a big stretch, as here we do a little bit better, but still go a little bit wide. And again, car just heavy, but we're able to gain much more time, as braking a little bit more does help, as we're already up half a second on our time. Definitely provisional Q2. So but here we go wide, but don't really care, as it does cut into our time a little bit, but we're still able to get in a half a second faster, and that shoots us up into P11, ahead of Sonoda, behind Gasly. As I just kind of I do eventually try to do another lap, but it fails. But we do get into Q2, as we place 14th with a 1:04.8. Not anywhere near the top times, but definitely up there in the midfield. But yeah, first ever Q2 appearance on this channel. Even in all the videos that got deleted, I never got into Q2 with this car. As I kind of look at the tires just to see if maybe we could possibly get into Q3. Maybe I want to try out old tires and then go for the new, but I settle for the new, and we hit our lap, go wide here, but still I just want to place a lap so I can kind of see the green when I do go for my fastest lap, as Ocon sets the fastest lap. But as you can see on the mini map, we have a Mercedes and a Red Bull ahead, who will definitely be in the hunt for pole position, as I believe Max Verstappen is still our championship leader in this career mode. And unfortunately, I don't know where he is in real life, as he DNF'd in Australia, as I had to stay up till 1 in the morning to watch here in America in the Eastern time zone. But here we just completely go wide. As I said before, car super heavy and hard to control through there. But still just kind of want to set a lap just so I can see green and see how much faster we are in certain sectors and how much faster we aren't in certain sectors. But yeah, basically we don't really go, even though it's fast through sector 1, it was probably only by a couple of hundredths of a second. But here, still go wide again, as I'm not able to find grip through here, and I'm just not braking in time because I'm not used to the heaviness of the car. And we don't even get within 100th of, or 1/10 of our time. As coming through here, we only get 3/100ths of a second. Not very good. And unfortunately, I don't find enough time to set another lap, and we finish last, as we have a slower time than the time that got us into Q2. But I'm sure in the race we will definitely be able to make a lot of overtakes, especially as in, I believe, turn 2 or 3. Basically after that long straight, you're very easily able to dive bomb it with the AI, so we will definitely be able to gain a lot of positions. But let's just hop right into the race. Ready, race day. Let's just jump right into this race. Lights out and away we go. We get a nice start as we get ahead of Stroll right at the beginning, and we come on the outside of all these cars as Sainz shuts the door very late in, and we have to brake a little bit harder than I would have liked. And I try not to go too fast, as I want to come on the inside of these cars and not on the outside. But Sainz and Ocon go wide, as we have to go off the track a little bit in order to not hit Sainz, and we get a yellow flag, but no safety car, and already up into P11th, as Leclerc retakes the position, as we probably would have had to have given it back. But yeah, what an amazing start. Started P15, P14, and all the way back up to P16 all the way, and now we're all the way up into P11, 5 positions gained. Very nice, as Leclerc gets very close to Yuki Tsunoda, and hopefully we will be able to capitalize on them two fighting as we go wide here, as we lock up a little bit. In locking up here, you do not want that to happen, as you can spin off or go really wide. As coming through here, we get a nice exit and much closer to Leclerc than at the beginning of the lap, and Leclerc goes for an attack on Yuki Tsunoda on the outside, and we're able to get even more closer as we go a little bit wide, and unable to overtake Yuki Tsunoda. But Yuki Tsunoda comes back, coming down into the inside of Charles Leclerc, and again we go a little bit wide, as I wanted to come on the inside and hopefully overtake Yuki Tsunoda, but we were unable to do so. But coming out here on the outside of Yuki, we were able to overtake as we go off the track, but we're able to hold on and get a much better exit out of this corner than Yuki, giving us the position. And yeah, what a great way to start the race. Only 2 laps in, P10. And as you can see here, coming up on Alonso, as Charles Leclerc is able to overtake him. We get DRS coming down this main straight, and I don't believe Fernando Alonso gets any from Charles Leclerc, and we kind of have to push Alonso as he's not willing to give up the position. But here we get DRS. I don't know if it's from Alonso or Leclerc, but no need to complain as we are gaining a lot of time on Charles as we get within around 0.8 of a second on him, even though it looks like even the time just shoots up. But we get DRS coming down this straight again, as here we get a nice exit on the corner, and already up into P9, well within the points. And here go wide. You're going to be seeing that a lot, as like I said, car is very heavy, and we did not get any chassis upgrades coming into this weekend, as unfortunately it did not make it through. But yeah, already up 2 points. What a great way to start the race. And here we go for an attack. We try to go for an attack on Charles Leclerc as we go fastest into Sector 1, and we go for a deep lunge on Charles Leclerc, and we get DRS from Pierre Gasly, and hopefully we are able to gain on Pierre. As you can see, Hamilton and Ricciardo are going at it, as Lando Norris is just leading them in P4. Yeah, we are definitely fighting up there. No podium position, but we could maybe even get a top 5 finish, as I decide not to go for Pierre Gasly, as we don't want to lose any position, as we have it all to lose, while the rest have really nothing to lose, especially Hamilton being in P6 while his teammate is up in P3. And I believe Valtteri is one of our title contenders here, as I don't think he's far behind Max Verstappen, as we are inching closer to Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo, and hopefully we will be able to overtake Lando Norris and go into P4. As you can see here, our CE is almost 75% finished, which in the CE, I believe, impacts a lot of the electrical stuff when it gets worn out. But hopefully it doesn't affect us too much in this race, as I'm sure it will not break during the race, and we'll be able to withstand the full width, as we are already on lap 7, and we do eventually pit in lap 10. But we still have to overtake Hamilton and Ricciardo coming here on lap 9, as it took us a minute to get closer. But this allows Lando Norris, who I believe pitted, but maybe the undercut will be powerful in this race. We don't know, but we do know it's powerful in France. But we get a nice move on Danny Rick, now onto Hamilton, as we want to overtake him before we pit. But maybe he pits this lap. We will have to wait and see. But we definitely want to hold Daniel off, as we are up into P5. But realistic position, I believe, is P6, as Lando Norris did pit. As you can see on the mini map, he's down there. And yeah, Hamilton decides to pit here, and this will shoot us into P4. And hopefully no safety car now, as that will not really help us. But here, Daniel Ricciardo goes for a move on us and executes it. And unfortunately, we lose Daniel Ricciardo in a place where there's no DRS sectors, and yeah, we ultimately lose the position to Danny Rick, and I believe he is yet to pit, and but he is on the mediums, so I'm sure he'll probably go for a longer run. But he actually decides to pit here, and just ahead of us going into the pits, which hopefully we are able to overtake him, and he's not too far ahead of us once we exit our pit stop, as we're all the way down here on the edge. And I don't believe it matters, at least it used to not matter, no matter where you ended up in the constructors, you were always last, as Daniel Ricciardo gets out just ahead of us. But hopefully we can get DRS coming down this straight, but it does not look like it. And Danny Rick just shoots ahead of us, and so is Hamilton up into P5, already nearly 4 seconds ahead as the undercut takes or is very powerful here, just like in France. But yeah, we hear Charles Leclerc is getting a nice move on us as Daniel Ricciardo is already almost 2.5 seconds ahead of us as these softs are so much faster. But here we push Charles quite a bit wide as we get a warning for collision with him. And as you can see, our CE has gone red, but again, I'm sure it will be able to withstand the full length as we are already up in lap 12. But P7 is not a bad area to be where we are, especially in this car. I don't really know how many points that is, but that it is the highest we've been on this channel as Charles Leclerc gets DRS on lap 13 and is able to overtake us, but we get DRS coming down this straight. And really, from here on out, it's just really a back and forth battle between me and Charles Leclerc. Alonso starts to get into a battle of his own with Pierre, so he's not able to come anywhere near us as Charles Leclerc, as we are just behind Charles, and I'm sure we'll definitely get DRS and we'll be able to overtake him on one of the straights. But yeah, it's really just a back and forth battle from here on out. And Daniel Ricciardo 4 seconds ahead as the softs are very fast around here. And if you look at the mini map, our teammate is way down there. Looks like he's getting into a fight with a Alfa Romeo as like I said, we get DRS coming in the straight, and we're able to get a good slipstream off Charles Leclerc as he opts for the inside racing line. And here we really don't want to touch, but you can see a little bit of chipping on his front wing. But like I said, really just back and forth. As you can see, DRS very powerful around this straight as he's able to easily catch up to us. But here hits a little bit of the curb and allows us to get a much better exit than him. And coming just side to side as we get the inside line, and we're not able to clear him coming into this corner, but wheel to wheel action here, but we get a much better exit as he goes a little bit wide. And yeah, we retain P7, but here Danny Rick is already up into is already almost 6 seconds ahead of us, as it looks like he's closing in on Lando Norris, who he might be able to overtake with the softs. But like I said, really just back and forth battle between me and Charles, and I'm able to just keep the position coming into here as there's no really not much action in the final lap. But looks like we're going to take it home P7, the highest we'd ever been on this series, and also the first time we ever made it out of Q1, first time in this season and on this channel, even with all of the videos I got deleted. First Q1 exit and highest position. So here we are, P7. Still don't know how many points that is, and yeah, phenomenal drive. Some action, but there could have been definitely a little bit more. No safety car, and look at that. We win driver of the day as we go up nearly 10 places in this race. As it was a 1-2 Red Bull finish, and yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see where we are in the Constructors' Championship, but I still don't think it matters where pit stop position is. At least it used to not. But there we are, P7, starting 16th, 6 points, as it is a 1-2 Red Bull, 3 for Mercedes, and 5-6 McLaren, as our teammate finishes 20th. Not very good. Definitely going to probably replace him with maybe a legend like Michael or Ayrton Senna. But P7 in the Constructors' Championship with 9 points, of course, us having all of the 9 points, with our teammate having 0. But yeah, phenomenal race. We had some nice battles with Charles and Danny Rick, but we kept it pretty clean as we choose a new rival. I choose Lance Stroll as he will probably be the easiest to battle against. But yeah, there's Claire asking us about the collisions. No comment, as don't want to lose any moral for any of the team. But yeah, reason I'm really level 4 is probably because I don't do all the practice sessions, and I probably should do those as we need more points for upgrading the car. But yeah, great race. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you guys want to see next. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.